Okay, we're here and we're live. Getting ready for episode number 217. Now let's go in here.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, hi. Good to see everyone. Are we coming to New Jersey? Yes, we sort of are. Maybe we'll visit. Hello from Houston and Walker, Louisiana, Glastonbury, Finger Lakes, New York. That's a nice area. Gary's coming in from Leesburg. And so far, we're almost ready.
Almost. Okay.
Okay, where's my buttons? There we go. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim, together with my wife, Chris. We are Geeks on Tour. I'm going to show our slideshow.
Episode 217.
Right on. It's an educational show about smartphones and technology with us Geeks on Tour. Okay, want to remind you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click on the like and subscribe. That would be great. That helps a lot.
What you say? Okay. I go straight into quick tips.
We're out of practice here.
It's been a while, yeah.
So we have some quick tips here.
Yeah, and I actually have two quick tips today because I don't have that much. This might be a slightly shorter episode than normal. So, two quick tips. First, and regarding traveling and technology, I have discovered a new app. I mean, at least it's new to me. Maybe you all have, some of you out there have been using it, but Explore Here. Have you ever been driving down the highway and seen a sign that said historical marker ahead? And you say, oh, I wonder what that is. I'd like to read it, but I'm not going to pull off and park the rig and get out and read wouldn't it be nice if I could see what a historical marker is right on my phone? There used to be a Google app that did that. Something trips.
My trips.
And it was great, but it's dead. So I was really happy to have found this one. And let's get that so you can see it. There we go. And it's called Explore Here, and it's somewhere in my travel apps folder. Explore Here. And it has a home screen that includes nearby. So as you're driving and you see a sign for a historical marker, you can just open this up, look at nearby, and it will be there. I've used this several times over the last month. So, for example, it says that we are near the historic Hoover historic site and that there is a historical marker there. And here is everything that the marker says. The Herbert Hoover National Historic Site, located in nearby West Branch, honors a son of Iowa, citizen of the world, and 31st president of the United States. And there's lots more. We went and visited the Hoover.
We were there yesterday.
National Historic Site yesterday.
We've been there before, and it was some years ago, and we remembered it as a really favorite stop. And our friend Lynn was in town, and we went with her again yesterday. That was a lot of fun. And thanks to her for visiting with us.
Yeah, we'll introduce you to her a little bit later.
Maybe.
So nearby is one of the easiest ways to use this. But let's say you wanted to look up a historical marker that you missed somewhere else. That's what Explore is for. And you can go to any place in the map and say, yeah, Wyoming. We did see a lot of them in Wyoming. So around Casper, there's 84 different historical markers. And I think this right around here is where we saw the Independence Rock. And I could even search for Independence Rock. And there is the historical marker for Independence Rock. We did stop there and visited, and I could now go back and read all the information about it. So that's my tip number one. It's called Explore Here, and it's a great way, and it's free, and some of it even works offline. Just that description of the historical marker is an offline thing. Okay, and my second tip, back to the slideshow, and this is just because this is one of my absolute favorite tips, and I just wanted to repeat it for those of you who may have forgotten how to find out where something is just by going to the photo. So these 3 photos come from just last week, right? We were up in the mountains in Colorado. If you can read that sign, Continental Divide was 12,000 feet, I think it says there. And then we found this sweet little camp spot and a hot springs. So if I say, oh, it's 3 years down the road, but we find ourselves back in Colorado, I say, where was that hot springs with the nice campground nearby? All I have to do is find the photo. So I'm going to share screen here, and I just go to my photos and find that picture. So here's the picture of the campground. Oh, I'm sorry. This only works on a phone, not on a computer. I messed up there.
It won't work on that?
Well, not the web version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the web version.
All right, so we need to show this.
So you need to just go back to the phone. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So I go to my Google Photos. You must be using both Google Photos and Google Maps for this particular tip to work. So here is that campground. Like I say, can think that it's 3 years later and I want to go back to this campground. Where was it? Just swipe up. You'll see a map. And then if you open in Maps, that actually takes you to Google Maps. You see exactly where that photo was taken in the middle of Colorado. And you could even get directions and navigate there. So I use that all the time. If I have a photo of it, I can get back there.
And you probably should get back there sometime.
That was a great route.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun. All right, where are we? I think we're here.
Back to the slides.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Jem, and here together with my wife, Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. And do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And you have questions about your iPad, your Android tablet, and how do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, we are geeks, also known as propeller heads. That's the funny little hats who teach. We are geeks who teach. And we have 700 tutorial videos plus 127 of these YouTube shows, all collected on our website, geeksontour.com.
All right. Let's see. Got a few more people. Glastonbury, Connecticut. 90 degrees in Chicago. It's only 83 here.
Is that? Yep.
Yeah. And Finger Lakes. Okay, we were there. Already got that one. Oregon. Yeah. Georgia. Holland. Hey. Burlington, Ontario. What do we think about the dirt? The dirt's very good.
It's one I have. I haven't used it much. What did I just read about it though? They're making sure that anybody who posts information on the dirt about a campground posts whether or not there's any cell service there. So that's a really good That's a really good
That
thing.
might be a good thing. Yeah.
Campendium is another one that does that, but the dirt is a crowdsourced information, and crowdsourcing is good. Yeah.
There's where'd he go? Ah, Brother Tom. Like Colorado?
Hey,
Yeah, we did.
Oh, Colorado is just awesome.
Yeah. The Explorer Here app would be fun to go around our local area while staycationing. Absolutely.
Yeah, great idea. Great idea.
Yeah, Julie just downloaded Explorer Here. We'll be back there by the end of the month, early next month.
We'll see you soon, Julie.
All right. Berlin, how are you, Detlef?
Detlef.
And Bob Gostisha. Happy to join you from Meadow Lake, New Mexico, and glad to have you here.
Hey, Bob.
And Granbury, Colorado. We saw you last week in Rock Springs. Hey,
Oh,
Paula.
cool.
Very cool. So we were at a rally in Rock Springs, and we saw quite a few people out there. It was wonderful.
We
Nice.
taught 3 seminars and a hands-on class.
All right. So, Chris, where are we now?
We're in Iowa.
Iowa.
What are we doing in Iowa?
We're camping.
we came here to meet up with a friend, and she'll have a little photo bomb later in the show. A friend named Lynn. But take a look at those pictures. In the last week, we have just been in amazing places. We started off in roads that looks like that one at the top.
Top right, yeah.
Top right, the hills and curves, and then you get to the plains.
We're not in the mountains anymore. It's flat and straight.
Yeah.
So Chris even drove a little bit.
That's right. I'll drive the flat, straight ones. And we are in Iowa, and it does look like that.
Okay, and thank you to all of our live viewers. It's great to see you here. Okay, thanks to our premium members, you make our work possible. It's your support, and just having you guys there makes it worthwhile. But we need gas for the van too, so
thank you.
Thank you, thank you all very
for being
much.
members.
I want to remind our premium members about the Backstage Pass. Right after we're done with this show, we will have a premium members only Zoom meeting. You should get a link from Chris. She sent an email out earlier to the premium members, but you can also go to our website at the member login item on the menu, and you'll find the links there. And she says they work. I believe her.
I see a question here that I'd like to
Okay. This one?
deal with. Yeah. What camping apps just came together as one? Well, yeah, there seems to be a fair amount of consolidation going on in the RV app world lately. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but if you look at my phone and in my travel apps, there's a couple. RV Life, my understanding, and I'm not even sure, RV Life has consolidated several apps, including RV Trip Wizard and then just their own thing. So RV Trip Wizard is now part of RV Life, and Togo RV is the other one. So between RV Life and Togo RV, there's been lots of consolidation. In Togo RV, Road Trippers is part of that, and I've shown Road Trippers a fair amount with, and I haven't even explored. So, but if you want to explore, those are two consolidated RV app systems that are worth exploring: RV Life and Togo RV.
So, review our classes online.
If this is just a reminder, if you missed our show last week, we showed how the classes that we gave at the RV rallies in Wyoming, all of the class materials are available on our website. And right now they are free to the public. I expect I will make them for members only come September or so. But good stuff there.
A lot of good
Check
stuff.
it out. You just go to geeksontour.com and scroll down until you see classes, and you'll get to all the classes.
Very cool.
So this show is about preparing to be offline. You know, we take being online so for granted.
Really?
I mean, it is shocking
How
when
much
you're
has changed in just the amount of time that we've been doing this travel and get away, stay connected has changed tremendously over these years. When we started, we had to have a two-way satellite internet dish in order to be connected wherever we were. And that thing was very expensive, like $6,000 to put on the roof of the RV and $115 a month for service. But it was cool because we could crank up the generator or be plugged in, hit a couple of buttons. The dish would raise up off of the roof, acquire the satellite, 22,300 miles orbiting the Earth. And in a couple of minutes, we would be browsing the internet and getting work done. And with that, we had a business. We had the internet.
This was back in 2003 and 4.
4 and 5 and 6, yeah. So before cellular data was even really available. I mean, there was stuff, but it wasn't nothing like what we have today.
Yeah, now cellular data is everywhere. Almost. Almost. So that's why I say it really is a shock to the system when you're somewhere and your phone doesn't work. There is no signal. There is no cell tower within range. And these two pictures are examples. And the top picture, I see that Annie asks about Harvest Host. The top picture is a Harvest Host location. We love Harvest Host. And you get to ride in those covered wagons. And we stayed there overnight. No internet there. And the bottom picture is really boondocking. Our friends Don and Kim, they have RV'd all over the world, and they almost never stay somewhere where they have hookups or regular service. We thoroughly enjoyed following them, but in this particular spot, and thank you, Don, for the drone photograph, the aerial photograph taken from a drone. So you can see where we were parked. And this is in Wyoming somewhere.
In the Wasatch Mountains.
And no service. So what do? First, a little bit of a discussion on what is the best cellular provider. We used for years in teaching our classes at RV rallies, we would always say Verizon, hands down, has the best coverage nationwide. As you travel, you need Verizon. But we're finding now that AT&T.
That's true.
There are places where AT&T is better.
And our hotspot, our regular hotspot that we use, is on an AT&T cellular plan.
Yes.
Chris has Verizon on her Samsung phone. We'll be talking about that.
Well, this is when we're talking about it.
Okay. But you can't find your phone, can you?
Yeah. No, it's right here. It's right here. Okay.
I have a Pixel phone, Google phone, and that's on Google Fi cellular. So.
Okay, so if you need the internet as you travel, you need to have more than one. So we have an AT&T service on a hotspot device. We have Verizon, and that's what we use. That's our go-to.
That's what
That's our go-to, is the AT&T on the hotspot. It just stays in the RV. But there are places where it doesn't work.
And if it doesn't work, there are a couple of things that I can try. I have a external antenna that will plug into ports on this particular hotspot. And that will give me some directionality, but it cuts down my number of antennas. There are more antennas in the box itself than the one that I can do by hand, but it's more directional, so I might be able to get a better signal. The other thing that I can do is plug in our WeBoost. We have a WeBoost external antenna comes into an amplifier and goes into an inside antenna so that I can get a stronger signal inside the RV. And that works when there's a very light signal. If there's plenty of signal, it's not going to do any good at all, we've found.
We also have two phones with Google Fi, which is a combination of T-Mobile, Sprint, and US Cellular. So basically, we have options for all of the major 5 services.
If it's available.
And there were still places where we did not have any service. So you have to, and I want to show you this coverage app.
Okay.
So once again, it's in my travel apps folder, and it is called Coverage. And this is an app that you can get for either iPhone App Store or Android Play Store. It's by 2 steps ahead, which is Chris and Cherie, the same as RV Mobile Internet. So Coverage. The cool thing about it is you can choose. So I can look at a map, and the 2 red markers here are the places we stayed in Colorado and in Utah, Wyoming border, where we had no service. So let's see. If I just turn on AT&T, everything that turned blue has AT&T coverage. Take a look at where this marker is. It is not in the blue. All right. Let's see if there's any Verizon there. Nope. Let's see if there's any Sprint there. Nope. Let's see if there's any T-Mobile there.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
So the app is great to say, well, based on the service that we have, where should we go? Most of the country is covered, but there absolutely are holes. So that's the point here. And, well, next. This knowledge isn't just about boondocking in the United States. I mean, remember when we went to England? We depended on Wi-Fi in the hotels to give us our internet. We did not have a service as we were on the road. So how would we navigate? We would,
we would guess.
So this is about camping in the boonies in the US or traveling abroad where you don't have service for the area that you're in. Or the service is so expensive you really don't want to use it. That's another thing.
Okay. The question about boosters, and sometimes there's nothing at all to boost. But when there is a minimal signal, sometimes boosters really do make a difference. So that link there on the screen, see mobileinternetinfo.com/boosters. Those guys are the experts on all of this equipment and how to stay connected as you travel.
Yeah, so if we decide to buy a new booster, this is where we're going to go to see which one we should get.
Okay, there's a couple of things here. Classes are wonderful. Thank you, Paula.
Thank you, Paula.
Is there a way to Wi-Fi for nearby RVs without internet connections? Yeah, Wi-Fi is not designed to go very far. So there's no such thing as long-range Wi-Fi that's reliable and usable. Cellular is what you need to go any distance. Now, with that cellular signal that comes in to our hotspot, that creates a Wi-Fi hotspot around our rig. It doesn't go very far, but we have signal for all of our devices. We can use our phones, our computers, our Chromebooks, and whatever else we have there. And then, yeah, Randall brought up the Starlink system. There's posting on escapees for a person using it. It works well. It just, yeah, if you need a signal, this new Starlink system that's coming out, it's still in beta. It's going to get better. It's going to get more reliable, and it will be available for RVers. You still have to do all of that extra stuff.
Once again, to find out all the details and to keep up with it, we recommend mobileinternetinfo.com. They're the ones that keep up with the internet connection side of things.
Okay, so John was enjoying Huey's presentation just before this. Yeah, he does his at 1. Cool.
On Sundays.
Does it appear that win 11? No, we don't care.
Just
okay, Bob. I don't know. I'll have to get into that.
back to slides.
All right. Google Maps, and you have the route.
Yep, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Back to slides.
So if you think you need a booster, go to Mobile Internet Info and study up. So if you know that you're going to be without cell service as you travel, the first thing you should think about is safety, especially if you're solo. I don't know. And so what do? You can kind of like file a flight plan. I mean, we teach how to make maps using Google My Maps and how to share them. So we know people that share their map plan with their family so they can always see where they're supposed to be. And if you don't hear from them, you can check it out. The other thing is to share your current location using Google Maps. You know, this is a wonderful way to let people know when you're going to be arriving at their place, and we have a little video on this.
Hi, this is Chris Gould with Geeks on Tour. This tutorial video is about sharing your real-time location using Google Maps. Just open Google Maps and tap the 3-line menu at the top left and Location Sharing. You need to choose the person you're going to share your location with and the length of time. If you haven't done this before, you might get a couple of prompts and approvals. So here's the length of time. You can tap the plus, and you can go up to a few days or just a few hours. Then you choose the person. If they're right here in your contact list, that's fine. If not, you can tap more, and you can even type in an email. When you tap on it and send, it will tell you you are now sharing your location with that person for that length of time. That person will get a notification that you're sharing, and when they look at their Google map, they'll see your little face and know exactly where you are and when to expect you.
Yeah.
All right. So that example was if you're going to go visit somebody and you want them to know when to expect you. But consider sharing your real-time location with whoever is your emergency contact person, so they'd see where you are all the time. And if your little marker doesn't move for a while, they will be alerted that maybe there's something wrong. Okay. All right.
Next.
Navigation. So, navigation when you don't have an internet signal. Google Maps. We love Google Maps, and yeah, but it needs an internet connection. You can download offline maps by tapping the account button and then offline maps. And yeah, sure, go ahead and play this video.
This one?
Yes.
Florida, and we are evacuating from Hurricane Irma. I use Google Maps to tell us where to go, and I want to make sure that I have the map I need even if we lose internet connection. I have a good internet connection now, so I am going to download maps for use offline. You do that by using the 3-line menu at the top left and choose Offline Maps. And select your own map. Now it sees where I am and it shows me an area around where I am. Want more than that, we are going to be going, I pinch the screen until the whole square starts getting smaller. That's how I know I am at the maximum allowed for downloading. And I will put our current location down towards the bottom. So that is giving me pretty much all of Georgia. And I will tap download. It says it will use up to 285 megabytes of your device's space. Okay, I think I have that. And download. Download over mobile network. Yes, my Verizon is good right now. I'm going to let it do that. Now, once this is saved and you start navigating, when you lose internet connection, it just automatically starts using the downloaded map. So then I can go back and repeat the same process to download the next section of map I want that's over towards the west from Georgia. I hope everybody...
You hope everybody?
I don't know what that was. So the point there is that with Google Maps, there's still another point with Google Maps. So
Go back?
Go back one, yeah. You can download, so have maps available offline, but you have to do it section by section. It's kind of painful. But the other thing to realize is that if you start navigating, so in the morning, you have a good internet connection. You say, I want to go to this place tonight. And Google Maps, it has the directions to your destination. As long as you keep following that navigation route, you can lose internet without losing your navigation. It downloads that route. Now, what you can't do, you can't go off that route and start searching for a restaurant or something. It's just the route. And somebody asked that question here. Yeah, handle right there. If you use Google Maps and you have the route in your phone, the map is continuous, and you do not have service because it downloads the route to your phone. Yes, but you can't deviate from that route. You can't, stop it and start another one. Therefore, our recommendation is the next slide. An offline navigation is maps.me. I've known about this for a long time, and it's been in my travel, but this year, when we were traveling with Don and Kim, we really used this, and it's impressive. It's free, it's worldwide, and it is 100% offline. And let me just demo a little bit. And there it is, this green icon, maps.me. And you still need to download the maps you want. It doesn't come with the entire planet already on your phone. That would be too much. So you download what you need. So I can go to the 3-line menu here and download maps. And let's say the next place we're going to will be Illinois. And it would take 6 maps to get all of Illinois, and I can just say download all. And it starts working on it. And that, it tells you how much space it's going to take. And this can be stored, I'm pretty sure, on an SD card if you have a phone with an SD card. All right. But I'm not going to wait for that to finish. I'm going to show you how. Now, I cancel. And if I want to navigate now, I'm going to pretend that I am offline. How do I do that?
Airplane mode.
Airplane mode, yeah. If I go into airplane mode, this phone now has no connection to the internet. And watch how maps.me still works. I can say, I want to find the Herbert Hoover Museum.
Hobart.
Birthplace of Herbert Vancouver. God, that's hard to say. And it goes there. And now the menus are quite simple. I can route from or I can route to. I tap route to and start. And it won't start talking to me until we start moving, but the voice direction, turn by turn, voice directed instructions are quite good. Quite good. I've been impressed with maps.me. That would be our #1 recommendation if you want offline maps and navigation. But there's more. If you have a big RV, maps.me isn't going to be good enough because it doesn't know about height and weight and all that stuff. Copilot is a good one, but it's not free. But it has a great reputation. Copilot is an app for both Android or iOS, and $15 to $30 a year, depending on what you need. Then there's all the dashboard devices, like the Garmin, which costs a bunch of money, but they're great.
Yeah.
And many of them are voice activated. And if you need one of those, we recommend technorv.com.
Okay.
All right, so that's navigation. Next thing you have to think about if you know you're going to be offline is entertainment. You know, what are you going to do when you can't open your email and
you need to have some movies. You have to have some streaming. You have to have books. You have to have all the things that make this a lot of fun. Music.
So next slide. And we recommend Kindle books.
Mhm.
There's lots of other apps. You know, a lot of people have books from their local library, but the point is, make sure that they've been down with. Thank you, Detlef. With Kindle. So in Kindle books, you have your library, but none of these books are not necessarily on this device. So you would need to make sure, I'm still in airplane mode. So it's not going to be able to download. I get off of airplane mode. So you just tap on it and now it is being downloaded to this device. Make sure that whatever you want to read is downloaded to the device before you leave home. All right. The second thing is music. Now, there's all sorts of different music systems, but for example, I use YouTube. I use YouTube Music.
And I use Pandora.
Yeah.
Well, I use YouTube Music too.
But now Pandora is only online, isn't it? Can you access
No,
music
it's only online.
offline? Yeah. Now with YouTube Music, and I have music here. With YouTube Music, if you are a premium subscriber to YouTube, you can make music available offline. So you do that by choosing a playlist, and this one's already been downloaded. Or what I discovered is in the settings, I could turn on this smart download, and it's just downloaded 250 songs of my favorites. And that was awesome. We had no internet, but I had 250 songs of my favorite music. So, whatever system you use, you find the instructions to make music available offline. And then the last thing is movies. So there are movie sharing sites where you can actually download the whole movies. But I have Netflix. We have Amazon Prime Video.
We got a bunch of them.
And not all the movies are downloadable. but some of them are. So let me just show you. If I go into entertainment and I choose Netflix, number one, you do need to have the app, either on a mobile device or the Windows app. You need to have the app. You can't just go to Netflix and say, I want to download a movie and have a movie file on your computer. No, it's stored within the app so that they still have control over it. And when you go, you can go into search and you can say, I only want to see downloadable. Downloadable movies. And let's see if it got, so yeah. So now I choose a movie and I have this download button. And I'm downloading it to my phone. This Samsung phone does have an SD card in it, so I can download that movie to my SD card. Then when we want to play it, I can connect the phone to the TV with the HDMI so that we're watching a movie even though we have no internet.
And it works well.
Yeah, that's great. So download some entertainment if you know you're going to be offline.
Download before you go.
Okay, so that's about being offline. Now, when you're offline, you're often going to be off grid too. And here we have a little photo bomb here by our friend Lynn. This is why we are in Iowa. We visited with Lynn. She met up with us. She has lots more experience with what we call the 12-volt lifestyle. She has lived in an RV off-grid a lot more than we have. And so we have this little photo bomb by Lynn.
And don't forget, it's all about the batteries.
I'm not.
Bye. And don't forget, it's all about the batteries.
It's all about the batteries. So that's our RV friends know about batteries.
Okay. Very important.
So,
okay.
Next slide. Batteries. First of all, you need to conserve your battery use. Did you know that going into airplane mode on your phone is a great way to conserve battery? Why is that?
Well, because it turns off all of the radios that are in the phone. So your cellular radio, that's using a lot of battery, especially when there's low signal and it's really trying hard to find a usable signal that uses extra battery. If the Wi-Fi is turned on, it's going to be looking for a Wi-Fi signal. That's going to be using battery. And so your Bluetooth and whatever else is going on there, you might want to check it though. You can turn off data separately from your voice. You can do some different things there, but putting it in airplane mode will save you battery.
But the point, if you have your phone and you've gone out for a hike, your phone's going to keep looking for signal. Mm-hmm. And so it wears itself out trying to find something that's not there. Put it into airplane mode and it stops. Then how do you keep it charged? Well, our cigarette lighter charging system in the dashboard works even when we're not turned on. So keep them charged. And then
solar batteries. I got this solar battery. It charges a battery using solar. You can also plug it in to charge the battery faster. It has a flashlight on it, and it will even charge wirelessly on the back. You can lay your device down there if it charges with the Qi charger.
And just go to Amazon.com and search for solar chargers, and well worth it if you know that you're going to be offline.
Right. We have another
off grid.
Right. We have another one that's just a plain panel and a charge controller. It does not even have a battery, so you can use this to charge your phone or another battery. So all kinds of stuff you can get out there to get away and stay connected, right?
All right. I think we're ready for review questions.
Are we really? Wow. Okay, let's see if I can find those. Questions. I don't see any questions
I think
there.
we handled them.
I think we did. And we came back. Did you learn something? True or false? If you have a smartphone, you can get an internet connection anywhere.
Absolutely false. I mean, almost anywhere, but no.
Okay, to let family and friends know where you are at any given time, you can share your trip plan, share your live location with Google Maps, or send postcards.
I think B is probably the best one, but sharing your trip plan is a good idea too.
Okay, true or false, if you are actively navigating with Google Maps and you enter an area with no cell service, your screen will go blank.
False. As long as you are navigating the route that you entered in the beginning, it stays. That has been downloaded to memory.
Cool. The app we recommend for offline maps and navigation is
Maps.me.
Okay. And in order to download movies from Netflix or Amazon Prime, you need A, the Netflix or Amazon app, B, a downloadable movie, or C, a DVD player.
Both A and B. So you need the app. You can't just go to the website for Netflix or Amazon. And not all the movies are downloadable. So you need to find ones that are.
Okay. Well, we may be old dogs, but we can learn new tricks, and maybe we can teach you. I want to remind everybody about the Backstage Pass. That's for premium members only, and it's a Zoom meeting. It's after this show. We'll get a link from the email that Chris sent out earlier, or you can check the member login menu item. Okay. Sign up for our free newsletters, geeksontour.com/news. Members get the 2021 edition of the book at geeksontour.com/ebooks. Please become a premium member and help support Geeks on Tour, and subscribe to this channel. Well, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our YouTube shows?
geeksontour.com, and the menu item is YouTube show.
And the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters?
geeksontour.com, and the menu item is blogs and news. All their newsletters are under there.
Okay. And why do people pay $60 a year to join Geeks on Tour?
We have lots of benefits. You can ask us questions. We have hundreds of videos and ebooks. You get the written notes from these shows. And some people join just to say thank you for all the free training and to be able to come on our Backstage Pass.
And it's a great thing.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Become a member. geeksontour.com/join now. Go to the Backstage Pass. We'll be out in a minute. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are
Geeks on Tour.
Thanks for watching.
Coming to you from our motorhome. I'm not sure if we even mentioned that.
No, we are. We're in
I think it's obvious though, huh?
Studio V for van. We are in the van camper. All right, you guys, be well, be safe.
And we'll see you members in the Backstage Pass in just a minute.
Okay. Bye-bye.